Richard Hendrickson. I'm the president for San Diego chapter. I joined approximately about 13 years ago, and I've been president for the San Diego chapter in the last 6 years. Chapter means a lot because it deals with Cadillacs and meeting new members that want to join the chapter and make it more family event where we all get together and have a great time going out for a cruise, having lunch, and just spending quality times as a family together. Yes, I have. I have this 59 Cadillac since 1993. Bought it from the original owner here in San Diego, and had it ever since, and it's all original as much as you can get. There is no special. Everything is special on a Cadillac. There is no specific special of a Cadillac. It's just the way the years are built. Every year is different. The white walls are great. Bags are good. Hydraulics. There's nothing special. Everything is special as a Cadillac. The way it's built.
Specific.
No. Buying the 59 Cadillac in 1993. That was a special year. You know, from before then, I never even thought I would have a Cadillac until now. No.
Why?
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself a purist then?
I would say a purist. You know, I don't want to destroy the original of a 59 Cadillac. I would like to keep it as original as possible. Engine-wise, not switching an engine to an LS. Keep it as original as possible without destroying the look. 2020, it was a hard year for all of us in the chapter in San Diego, but we did manage to do a cruise. I believe it was in June when the COVID hit the hardest. We actually took a cruise from Mission Bay all the way up to La Jolla, Pacific Beach, and we actually went out for lunch and just stayed together as a group and kept our distance. And we really had a good time. It was something that everybody was looking forward to, just getting out of the house and going for a nice cruise. Some of the members wanted to stay away a little bit because they were afraid of getting the COVID, and you know, some members, their wives were pregnant, so they wanted to stay away and, you know, protect themselves and their family. And that was understandable. I would like to see the chapter, you know, stay maybe like a 12-member chapter, and let's get together and do more things with the chapter. Trying to get everybody together and just go from there. I would like to see us do more events together. I'd like to see us going out for cruise more and try to get more of the members involved, you know.
So would you say something like this where we had Temecula come down and you guys hung out together, had lunch? You like to see more of that, like
I would like to see that.
Chapter type stuff?
Yes, I would like to see that. I have one member, Ricky, we took a cruise up to Temecula and had lunch one day, which was great. Last year was great. In August, we took the whole month of August and traveled all over the country from Nashville to Kentucky to New Orleans, Galveston, New Mexico, the Grand Canyon.
Now, do you rent a car or do you?
We have an SUV, and we also have a storage cargo that goes on top of the vehicle, so we might be camping. The year before, we went to Yellowstone and we camped for 3 weeks. We've driven the car for about a week and a half and drove all the way to Laughlin and Nevada and Oatman, Arizona.
Which car?
In the 59 Cadillac. And we've gone to Oatman, Arizona, just cruising over the place, taking some back roads. We do take a lot of drives to maybe Redondo Beach for lunch, Palm Springs. We just drive the car everywhere. We've gone to Yuma, Arizona just for lunch also. The club means a lot to me because when I took over the club, I felt that the club was going to go under because we've only had 2 guys in the chapter when I took over. So since I've taken over the club.
Your chapter of the club.
Yes. and we built it up to 11 members, and which I think is great. I like to see it grow more chapters. It seems like a lot of people are really interested in the Cadillac Kings. They're interested, they love seeing Cadillacs. They want to know how they can get into the chapter, how they can build a chapter, what is the procedure to get a chapter. A lot of people are interested in that, and they want to form their own chapter somewhere else. If there's a problem arise, we all get together and we'll talk to each member in the chapter to try to figure out what we can do to help out that member.
Per se.
No, there isn't. You know, I treat myself, of course, I am the president in San Diego, but I consider myself as a member like anybody else. We're all one. You know, I don't consider yes, I do make choices, but I also ask other members their inputs. What can we do? How can we better the chapter? Let's work on it. Let's get together and form a better chapter, and and I'm just like a member like anybody else. Kind of sort itself out because we don't have problems in our chapter. And I've noticed that we don't have problems. We don't sit there and argue about something that's stupid. You know, we take care of our chapter and we, the best way we can. We don't have disagreements and we don't have arguments over silly things. So that's what I like about it.
And then as far as the entire club goes, like when you look, so you pretty much look from the outside in and go, okay, it'll sort itself out.
Yes, and if it gets worse, then we would have to step in and talk about, what is the problem? What can we do to solve this issue? Let's take care of it before it gets any worse. That would be nice. It'd be nice to get together. There's times where we've got together with like Temecula's chapter. We get together and we have lunch. We'll drive up to Temecula and have a good time up there. Or we might, get together with Orange County, things like that. I think what we get out of it is recognition, because a lot of people like to see the Cadillacs out and about and cruising down the freeway, and everybody wants to take pictures, videotape, and it's nice to see, people that really like to see Cadillacs cruising down the freeway, so. I don't think so. I think the chapter is running pretty well right now.
Chapter, but the club.
The club is running pretty well. Yeah. And that's what I like. I think it's running pretty well. I like to see us get more involved, like I mentioned before, doing shows or just to get together and chapter meetings. And no, we haven't. I have thought about it, but it seems like I just have to try to get everybody in the club together and talk about something like that. But it would be nice to do something like that. More of the club. Yeah.
Charities.
Yes. Get into charities, children's hospital, something like that for the children. I like to see that. Some of the members in the chapter did do it during the COVID. They did birthday cruises. Also during the COVID, they have a mental hospital, Edgemore Hospital. They always like to have old cars show up, and they bring the patients out to see the cars. That's something that the patients really enjoy to see. Senior citizens, you bring your car, they love to see those old cars. They're willing to come down and check out the car and talk to you, and it's nice to hear their stories. Oh my gosh, I had a 1959 Cadillac. Used to drive it all the time with my parents, and I remember this car. And it's nice to hear stories like that, Oh, you want my picture? Jeez.
Can't see anybody.
I know.
I know you guys were out there somewhere.